Hey, what's up guys? ELP Modeling, and I am here to answer your questions and talk about a few things. Now, I'll start off with the questions that I've been asked. Again, keep them coming guys. We had a massive lack of questions in the last video. Come on, leave a comment. Now, where are we? Christopher Mercado has asked me, do I have a plan on selling some of the model cars online? Or a giveaway perhaps? And no, is the easy answer for the first one. Simply due to how much time I put into my models, I wouldn't want to sell them because they'd never be worth what time I've put in, if you know what I mean. Plus, I wouldn't want to sell them anyway, you know. Giveaway. More details of that will emerge beginning of November. And Reagan Bailey, can you show us where you put your models or what you do with them when you complete them? Well, I must have about 12 work in progress models that are like 90% done. And it's so frustrating. Sometimes I've polished through paint on the body and I just think, oh, you know, forget it. I'll just go on to another whip, and then it just gets forgotten about for 6 months. But there is this, look, the cool little Suzuki Jimny, which is 99.9% finished. The only thing I've got to do is just paint these side repeaters. But apart from that, it is finished. You can go and view the photos on my website. There is a link down there in the description box. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. It was painted with a Rover colour, Kingfisher Blue it's called. That was airbrushed, and then it had Tamiya Pearl clear coat over it. But the next one I do in a few years, I will be airbrushing it. I do love the colour though. Absolutely fantastic colour. Right. I asked you on Facebook, what shall I talk about? And Izuru has put, I hope I've pronounced that right. He wants me to talk about how I feel about JDM cars evolving to be more, you know, are they more European nowadays, i.e. soft, or are they sticking to their roots? It's a tough one because the 86 and BRZ, or FRS, there's so many names for it. I think that is the epitome of a Japanese sports car. You know, lightweight, doesn't need an awful lot of power, great fun to drive. But then you look at things, I was going to mention Lexus, but they're sort of not soft, but you know, they're comfortable. You associate Lexuses with being comfortable. The GTR, that's got softer as it's got older. The original one, we're talking R35 here, the original one is a lot more sort of harder and crashier suspension wise than what the 14 plate is and the 15 plate. They have now released obviously the Nismo GTR, and then there's a little bit there's a model in between which is the Nismo Sports version, and that comes with a suspension etc that comes with a Nismo, but not with the price tag and all the extras that come with it. So you can sort of go for a soft, medium or ultra hardcore model of the GTR, which I think is great that there's a choice. But yeah, I think they've got to cater for everybody, and catering for everybody, you're never going to please everybody for a start, but I think the majority of people nowadays want an automatic car, they want a bit of comfort, and I think they just want sort of hassle-free power, if that makes sense. You know, not everyone's going to want to drive an R32 GTR. They're phenomenal cars, but they're not, you know, ideal cars for everyday use. A lot of people do use them every day, but you know, 90% of people that aren't enthusiasts aren't going to want that. They're going to want comfort and power. So it's a 50-50 really. It's some are, some aren't. So that's my opinion. It's not right, it's not wrong, it's just my opinion. But guys, feel free to comment away, and we'll have a chat about this. Jordan Pizer asked me to talk about changes in car mods from way back when. I'm not that old, Jordan. To now. I think it's gone a full circle. We're now seeing over fenders, which were all the rage in, you know, years and years ago. We've gone back to, I touched on this in the last episode, we've gone back to wide body kits again. That was a thing about 15-ish years ago. Whereas nowadays they're sort of bolt-on ones instead of, you know, fully flush ones. people are flushing rocket bunnies and various body kits on the 86 and things like that, which I think look great actually when they're smoothed in. But yeah, I just think we've gone a full circle. I think at the minute, I wouldn't say everything is about stance, but that's like the most popular thing at the minute. You know, you've still got the guys doing the drag racing. That will always be popular. Always. Everybody wants to race their cars. Well, I say everybody. My mum doesn't, but you know what I mean. You'll never stop people racing their cars. That's for sure. I'll be quite interested to know what the next fad's going to be, or the next sort of in thing, you know? Stance sort of blew up everywhere, and it is everywhere you look now. I'm not a huge fan of stance, but I am, if that makes sense. I think there is a limit to how much you can stance a car before it starts to look like the axles are broken or the hubs have snapped off. But I like that you can apply the theme to European cars, Japanese cars, any cars really. It all works, whether it's a people carrier, sports coupe, you know, roadsters, anything, even supercars, you know, Aventadors, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, everything. So I think it can work on a lot of different levels. So I'm not hating anybody that stance their car, you know, it's just my opinion. But like I said, there is a limit, I think, before it starts to look like the car's broken, you know. Right, everything has been touched on. There's not going to be a little driving segment. I'm going to have to go out and do a few more of those. So any suggestions for that, and again, questions, please comment, guys. I love seeing your comments. I love replying to them. I love being a part of the community. Now, I will touch on what has come in the post. We have some Raise Timone wheels by Hobby Design. I got 2 sets of those, hoping to replicate the BMW i8 wheels. This was before I saw some that are available on Facebook that are coming out in September. There is a link down the bottom to that. Plamoz are doing those. What else is there? A couple of bits from Hero Boy. We've got some Hobby Design tow hooks. And I finally got myself some of the Bride Vios Lomax seat slit. Look at them. I'll do an unboxing of those if you want, guys. Now, Tom over at the Scale Modelling channel, he had some wheels that I wanted off his website, but due to the default shipping, it was too expensive. So we did a deal, which is all good. And I got these metal Watanabes, 2-piece as well. Fantastic they are. I've got a set already, but do you ever find that you think they're so rare I don't want to use them? But anyway, a couple of the little goodies from Tom that he sent me, which was this little surprise, which is great. Some scale production goodies. We've got a Nardi style steering wheel. And we have some baseball caps as well. I've got to say, the resin casting from Scale Production is probably some of the best I've ever seen, to be honest. What else is there? Right, we've got, I can't even pick up these bags. We have some, there's 2 of those, but I got these from Hero Boy thinking that these would be great for sort of masking dashboards and anything really. They're so great in that respect. They're 1.5 and 0.7 mil masking tape. I'll get those a bit closer so you can see. And they are, you can obviously imagine how thin they are. And I think they're great. There's a link down the bottom of the screen as well for those. Second to last thing to show you this, I've got the Masters Brush Cleaner and Preserver. Now this is possibly the best thing I've ever bought in my life. I used to use alcohol wipes on my brushes and it didn't always react well with certain paints for obvious reasons. But yeah, this is fantastic. I'll do a little review on this as well and how to clean your brushes tutorial if you're interested in that, guys. And the final thing, we have some cool little boxes here, Nismo ones and HKS ones. I've been sent a few different PDF files with these on, and I will happily share those with you via a Dropbox link when I put the tutorial up. And there'll be a link on the website for that as well. And I'll show you how to build these. I used normal paper for this and it doesn't look great. But I used some thicker sort of matte photo card for these and it's a much better effect. Really is great stuff. And I've got loads of different designs as well, guys. And I'm getting a few more as well. So, all good. And that is it then, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the vlog. I'll see you tomorrow for a unboxing of the Aoshima GTR. Keep modelling. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.